Hello and welcome to another episode. I am Brian, the Unskilled Commander, and this is High Octane, the show where we take apart one of my decks and see just how fast could it possibly win if it had the absolute best opening 7 hands and the best next 10 cards set up perfectly. How fast can it defeat every opponent and actually win the game? Today's episode is going to be Atraxa, Praetor's Voice, a flying vigilance death touch lifelink 4/4, and at the beginning of your end step, you proliferate. Obviously, this is my Infect deck. It doesn't quite go as fast as I would like. It seems to win on around turn 5, but let's go ahead and see, and maybe we can figure out some ways to make it even faster. So turn 1, we draw a card, and put that on the bottom. We're going to play Morphic Pool, tapping that into Soul Ring, tapping that into Arcane Signet. Pretty standard stuff for High Octane, especially a turn 1. Goes around the table, comes back to us. We draw another card for turn, untap of course, and then we're going to play Sea of Clouds. Comes in untapped because we have 2 or more opponents. Then we're going to tap Arcane and Soul Ring to play Chromatic Lantern. All lands tap for 1 of any color, and Chromatic Lantern itself taps for 1 of any color. Then, with the last 3 mana we have, we're going to tap to play Vraska's Fall. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker and gets a poison counter. Now, at turn 2, they probably only have 1 creature, if that, and it's probably small, so they're going to have to sacrifice that 1 creature. But more importantly, they get a poison counter. Each opponent gets a poison counter. Now, we pass. Everyone's probably still like, whatever. You ramped pretty well, but, not that big a deal. 1 poison counter isn't that crazy. Comes back around to turn 3. Untap, upkeep, and draw for turn. Now, we play Beautiful Promenade. Tapping all 3 of our lands, plus Arcane Signet to play Atraxa. But we're not done there, because now we're going to tap Soul Ring and Chromatic Lantern with 1 floating to play Contentious Plan. Proliferate, then draw a card. So everyone now has 2 poison counters. We draw an extra card, goes into our hand, and then we move to our end step, and Atraxa proliferates yet again. Everyone now has 3 poison counters. Now they're starting to get up there and get a little worried. We pass turn, goes around the table. We might be taking a little damage. We can try blocking with Atraxa. She has Death Touch and Lifelink as long as we don't lose her. And now it is turn 4. Draw a card for turn, the last one that we actually need. So we tap Soul Ring and 2 blue to cast Tekuthal Inquiry Dominus. A flying 3/5, if you would proliferate twice. There's more to it, but that's not what we care about right now. Important thing is that now it's going to proliferate twice. We then tap the last 3 mana we have available for Courage in Crisis. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, then proliferate. Doesn't really matter what creature we put it on, because again, that's not part of the plan. What is important is that we proliferate, but Dominus says we do it twice. Everyone is now up to 5 poison counters. We then move to our end step, no bother attacking. Atraxa proliferates, but does it twice, so now they are at 7 poison counters. Now everyone is starting to sweat real bad, trying to figure out exactly how to deal with us and trying to swing in as much as they can. Goes around the table, untap, upkeep, and draw 1 more card. Play the unnecessary land we drew, and then tap it and any other mana to play Canker Bloom. It's a 3/2 creature, but then we immediately use another mana to sacrifice it and choose 1, choosing Proliferate, obviously. It's going to proliferate twice, making everyone have 9 poison counters. Remember, 10 poison counters and you lose the game. And all we have to do is tap 3 more mana to play final spell, Virus Outbreak. Each opponent gets a poison counter. Then each creature your opponents control get -1/-1 till end of turn for each poison counter they have. But doesn't matter because they're getting one poison counter. Bing, bing. They are up to 10 poison counters. Every one of your opponents dies, and Atraxa wins the game. Now that is on turn 5. I'd like to see it go a little faster, but I'd have to go through the cards with a fine-tooth comb. I thought I had the best combination, but I'm sure there's a much faster way to do it. What do you guys think? If you know of faster ways, let me know in the comments. And I always love these high octanes because they're just fun thought experiments. Because you're never going to get this kind of situation without interactions. Someone will have countered Atraxa or blown her up, countered Dominus, gotten rid of something, or they would have just had incredibly powerful creatures to come smacking in on you. Turn 5, you probably don't have to worry about dying to combat damage, but possibly Commander, if they beef up their commanders well enough. But they're definitely going to blow up yours. But there you go. Turn 5 for Atraxa. I will see you next time.